Hi, welcome to See Real. Short on time but want to pass the life in the UK test on your first try? In this course you get two separate videos. Lecture videos to quickly understand the key points. At the end of the video you will have quiz to test yourself. Don't skip the video, follow my easy method to pass your test at first attempt. Let's get started. Make sure you understand the origin of the values underlying British society, the fundamental principles of British life, the responsibilities and freedoms which come with permanent residence, the process of becoming a permanent resident or citizen. The values and principles of UK. British society is founded on fundamental values and principles. There is no place in British society for extremism or intolerance. The fundamental principles of British life. Democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, tolerance of those with different faiths and beliefs, participation in community life, the pledge for new citizens. I will give my loyalty to the United Kingdom and respect its rights and freedoms. I will uphold its democratic values. I will observe its laws faithfully and fulfill my duties and obligations as a British citizen. If you wish to be a permanent resident or citizen of the UK, respect and obey the law. Respect the rights of others, including their right to their own opinions. Treat others with fairness. Look after yourself and your family. Look after the area in which you live and the environment. In return, the UK offers freedom of belief and religion, freedom of speech, freedom from unfair discrimination, a right to a fair trial, a right to join in the election of a government, becoming a permanent resident, pass the life in the UK test, produce acceptable evidence of speaking and listening skills in English at B1 of the Common European Framework of Reference. This is equivalent to ESOL Entry Level 3. Check UK Border Agency website for updates. Here is the information about websites about the application process, life in the UK test and ESOL courses. The test consists of 24 questions taken from Life in the United Kingdom book. These 24 questions will be different for each person taking the test at that test session. The test is usually taken in English, but special arrangements can be made if you wish to take it in Welsh or Scottish Gaelic. You can only take the test at only 30 approved test centres. If you live in Isle of Man or in the Channel Islands, there are different arrangements for taking the Life in the UK test. Book your test online at www.gov.uk/life-in-the-UK-test. Okay, now it's exam time. Let's start the quiz. What are the fundamental principles of British life? Loyalty, honesty, and courage. Freedom, equality, and faith. Democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, tolerance, and participation in community life. Wealth, power, and religion. The answer is democracy, the rule of law, individual liberty, tolerance of those with different faiths and beliefs, participation in community life. Second question. If you wish to become a permanent resident or citizen of the UK, what you must not do? Treat others with fairness. Respect and support the UK's laws, values, and traditions. Follow only your own country's traditions. Look after the area in which you live and the environment. The correct answer is follow only your own country's traditions. The reason for the answer is to become a permanent resident you should respect and obey the law. Respect the rights of others, including their right to their own opinions. Treat others with fairness. Look after yourself and your family. Look after the area in which you live and the environment. Third question is, which two of the following responsibilities will you have as a permanent resident or citizen of the UK? Respect and obey the law. Treat others unfairly. Having a driving license. Look after yourself and your family. The answer is respect and obey the law. Look after yourself and your family. Respect the rights of others, including their right to their own opinions. Treat others with fairness. Look after the area in which you live and the environment. Fourth question is, what does the UK offers to everyone living in the country? Freedom of speech, power over others, the right to avoid paying taxes, privileges for certain groups. The correct answer is freedom of speech. The UK offers to its residents or citizens freedom of belief and religion, freedom of speech, freedom from unfair discrimination, a right to fair trial and right to join in the election of a government. Participation in the community life is a fundamental principle of British life. True or false? The correct answer is true. Participation in the community life is one of the fundamental principles of British life. In which of the following 3 languages is the Life in the UK test available? Scottish Gaelic, English, French, Welsh. The correct answer is Scottish Gaelic, English, Welsh. The Life in the UK test is usually taken in English, although special arrangements can be made if you wish to take it in Welsh or Scottish Gaelic. 7th question. To become a permanent resident or citizen of the UK, you will need to have British relatives' knowledge of British laws, good understanding of life in the UK, driving license. The correct answer is good understanding of life in the UK. To apply to become a permanent resident or citizen of the UK, you will need to have a good understanding of life in the UK and be able to speak and read English. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, like, share and subscribe to make more videos for you. See you next time.